Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to this online classes on artificial intelligence. And today, in this class, we are going to discuss about various aspects of a semantic tableau, which is not a inference mechanism. This is a different thing. So, semantic tableau is one way of taking an expression and representing the expression in the form of some trees. So after you represent an expression in the form of trees, you will get a set of inferences from the trees whether the expression can give a satisfiable output or not. Can this expression is consistent or inconsistent? Can the expression gives an unsatisfiable output or not? Something like that. So far we have seen various examples of resolution mechanisms. We have seen exactly what exactly is a natural reduction system. We have seen what exactly is axiomatic system. We have seen many examples of resolution also. So all these three are called as inference mechanisms. That's what we have seen for the last almost 2.5 weeks. So today we are going to witness something called as semantic tableau, where this semantic tableau at some point of time will assist all these three when you are dealing with a big sentences, a set of sentences. What does your semantic tableau will do is, it will take input as some expression like this. Some big expression was there. It will take this input as an expression. From this expression, it will try to construct a tree based on some constraints. From this tree, it will give two outputs in general, like satisfiable or unsatisfiable. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I'll continue. So again, today you have any CNDS training was there for today? Do you have any C training or data structures training today?
This is CNDS program is there.
Is there? Okay. Thank you. Anyway, we'll just continue and just repeat this again. So, what is that I'm trying to tell about this 2 to 3 minutes is, we have studied all these inference mechanisms. This semantic tableau is an odd man out in this particular third unit, which will talk about how do you take an expression, and once you take an expression, construct a tree based on certain rules, and based on the path that we got to the leaves, we will say something is satisfiable or something is unsatisfiable or something like that. So the two outputs are there, satisfiable or unsatisfiable. It depends. Like when a big expression was given, without exploring the big expression itself, it will give a satisfiable. See, it is better to go in this path, or there is no need to consider this big expression. It will not give any output. So this is what your semantic tableau is. So if you wish to understand semantic tableau, you need to, the first thing you need to do is you need to construct some trees. So for constructing the trees, you need some nomenclature. How do you construct a binary tree? Very simple way, just we'll take and we'll just see how the semantic tableau will work. So in general, most of the time when you are using this predicate logic, we will be talking about and or. So if you have an expression like this, if you have an expression like this, A and B, if you have an expression like this, then you need to construct a tree. A and B means A has to be done and then B has to be done, then only the entire problem is solved. So what does your representation has to do is, you have to keep a here, you have to keep a B here. So the representation is very simple, just you have to draw something like this. I will just erase again. So what is that I am trying to do is, you have an expression like A and B. What should you do? How do you draw a tree? This is a rule. That's what I'm just telling you the rule. Okay. If A and B is the expression, so the tree of A and B has to be like this. A, after A you should get B. This is a rule. How do you draw a tree? What does a semantic tableau will do is, it will take an expression, it will try to build a tree. From the tree, it will give two outputs, whether the expression is satisfiable or unsatisfiable. It's a simple thing, that this is not inference. So many times we will also use A or B also. A or B, if you just understand the meaning, the entire expression can be solved if A is solved or B is solved. So obviously the representation has to be something like this. I'm just telling the procedure or protocol. How do you draw a tree? How do you construct a tree? This is a rule. So when A and B is given, so you have to draw a tree like this. When A or B was given, you have to draw a tree like this. So if somebody asks you what is something called as A implies B, it's very simple. A implies B is nothing but negation of A or B. So A or B is this. So obviously, how do you represent is, A or B, A implies B is a negation of A, and so obviously this can be drawn like this. See here, you can have a connection like this. You can have a connection like this. So what is that I'm just trying to tell in this 5 minutes is, semantic tableau is not an inference mechanism. Semantic tableau will take an expression, and based on the expression it will construct a tree. From the tree we are going to get two outputs. One is satisfiable output or another one is unsatisfiable. So what does the meaning of this expression is, when a paragraph of sentences are given, we try to construct an expression which is representing this paragraph, and the inference is something like, can this paragraph will help me to get that inference or not? So it is satisfiable, then I will use this expression. If it is not satisfiable, I will not use this expression. But for time being, what that you need to understand is, semantic tableau, the input is an expression like this and the output is satisfiable or unsatisfiable. But before answering the satisfiability or unsatisfiability, it has to create a tree like this. See, if somebody asks you, just a minute, I will just try to expand this part. If somebody, I will take this part. They have given you like this. The expression is something like this. So if the expression is something like this, so you need to understand A implies B and C. Whenever ANDing is happened, you have to draw a tree like this. So this expression, since AND is having two values here, I have to write like something like this. You have to write A implies B here. And the other argument that we need to have is C. A and B, the rule is you have to write this as a sequence. Just a minute, I will try to draw. Okay, anyway, that statement. So A implies B and C, because and is you need to represent like this, or I will try to draw in a better manner so that you will understand. So A implies B and C. So then coming from top to bottom, you have an expression called A implies B. What is A implies B? Is negation of A or B. So what that I do here is I will represent this A implies B here. What is A implies B is negation of A and B, because it is R. See, if you just remember how this R is something like this. A or B means either A can be solved or B can be solved. So we have to represent this like this. So this is what your tree is. So you have an expression like this, and this is your tree. Based on the tree, some observations has to be made at some point of time. So what is that we are trying to do in this class is we are trying to learn something about semantic tableau, which is not a inference mechanism. What does this semantic tableau will do is it will take an expression and represent this expression in the form of a tree, and once the tree was constructed, it will give two outputs, whether the expression outcome is satisfiable or not satisfiable. And how this will be done, we will see with an example. So semantic tableau is not an inference mechanism. It will take an expression, construct a tree based on certain rules. Once the tree is constructed based on the paths that you get to reach the leaf, we will try to say some if you have a path which is closed and it is open, then it is satisfiable. All the paths are closed, then it is not satisfiable, something like that. So we'll see the PowerPoint now. So last classes I said we have seen three very important inference mechanisms called as natural deduction system, axiomatic system. The most important thing is resolution mechanism. So the resolution mechanism we have taken 6 classes. For NDS we have taken 3, and for axiomatic system we have consumed 3 classes. So obviously all these are completed in laser. So these are inference mechanisms. Semantic tableau is not an inference mechanism where it will take an expression, it will construct a tree. From this tree, it will give you two outputs, whether it is satisfied or unsatisfied. This is what it is. So now see this. This is what we have seen now. A and B, you have to represent like this. Because A has to be done and B has to be done, then only A and B done. A or B, you have to construct like this, because A is completed, the expression is complete, because A or B, either A, these are the under graphs. So if you wish to construct a semantic tableau data structure, you need to construct something called as a tree. If you wish to construct this tree, you need to use these two rules. Based on that, everything will come, because all these are a combination. See, if somebody asks A implies or A bisection B, it can be represented in the form of implication. So obviously everything will come when you have this two part. These two must be important. Based on this, we will just try to have this. So the next slide will consist of when it is satisfiable, when it is unsatisfiable, but this can be understood only when we solve a problem. This is what it is. So when you construct a semantic tableau, what is that I told is, when you construct a semantic tableau, we construct a tree. From this tree, you need to make some conclusions based on the paths. Sometimes we say the path is closed. Sometimes we say the path is open. See, I have something called as A in the path. In the same path, you have the negation of A also. Then I say the path is closed. In open path means if you have something called as C, if there is no negation of C somewhere in the path, obviously this path is called as an open path. See, if you have three leaves and three closed paths are there, then we say the when this solution is unsatisfiable. And if you have at least one open, then we say that this is satisfiable, something like that. But we will understand this based on your solving the example. So my interest of this just 10 minutes is, you have something called a semantic tableau where you need to construct a tree. Once you construct a tree, you have only two outputs, that is satisfiable or unsatisfiable. And this open and closed you can understand better when you try to solve a problem. So in the next slide we have a problem that has to be taken. Just we'll see that problem, and just based on that we'll understand. So the next slide we have three problems. So this is the first problem to be solved. Once you solve this problem, then we will understand what exactly is as many times in our exam they will say ST. ST means they are talking about semantic tableau. This is what it is. So we'll just try to paste here. So the question that was asked in your external exam is, this expression was given, and is this expression derives a satisfiable solution or unsatisfiable solution? This is what the question is. So it's very simple, like semantic tableau is the simplest concept in your third unit. Very simple. It will consume not less than 10 minutes to understand this concept. So two expressions are combined with and. Whenever and is there, this is how the representation is. Whenever and is there, this is how the representation is. So the same nomenclature I will just follow for this expression also. So I will just follow this nomenclature, like I'll just copy this and paste here. This is the first expression that that has to be taken, and this will be the first one. So and means both of them has to be solved so that the entire expression is solved. So I am just following the rule, like we have a rule. This is a rule, A and B means A then B. So the same nomenclature I am following here. So I have to draw something called as the path. So while constructing the tree, again the first expression that we have is A and B. Now we take that A and B now. So A and B, the meaning is you have to process A first, then we have to process B. So I have to draw something like this. I have to draw a statement because A and B is A and B. If you see here, the expression is very simple. We started with the big expression, then we solve this A and B, then the next expression is B implies negation of A. So B implies negation of A is nothing but negation of B or negation of A. So R means you have to represent like this. So when you use a R, this is negation of B here. The negation of B here and negation of A is also here, negation of A. Because it is R, you have to represent like this. So then so if you see this, I will just copy this part and I will show you. So this is the expression, or this is the expression tree, or this is the tree that is pertaining to your semantic tableau. So what is that we have done initially was, this is an expression and this is an expression. It was combined by using and here. So whenever and is there, see here, whenever and is there, you need to represent like this. First expression will be here and the second expression will be here. The same way I have done this. So the first expression I have taken and I have kept this first expression here. Second expression was taken and I have kept the second expression here. So the big expression was represented. Then I started representing this statement. A and B. A and B means A has to come here, then B has to come here. So then I have taken this expression. This expression is nothing but negation of B or negation of A. Whenever you have a R, the representation is something like this. This is A or B, so you have to represent either A or B. So this is how the standard representation says. Same way, since B implies negation of A is nothing but this, I have done this negation of B this side, I have done this negation of A this side. So the problem is complete now. How far it is complete means semantic tableau will give only two outputs, whether it is satisfiable or unsatisfiable based on the tree that was constructed. So now the tree was constructed now. Just we will see. Now the tree was constructed now. And now if you see the tree, how many leaves are there? Somebody just unmute yourself and just tell me this. If you say this is an expression tree or whatever tree it is, how many leaves are there? How many leaves are there in this tree? How many leaves are there? This is a leaf. Can I say this is also a leaf? Just type something whether how many leaves are there. Please can you type something here in your chat box? We'll see whether just you are following or not. System is slow. Anyway. Just see how many leaves are there for this tree. Just type something, we'll see how many trees leaves are there. Can I say it is 2 or 3 or 4, something like that? How many leaves are there in this tree? See, this is level 1, this is level 2, this is if I say this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, last level is 4th level. So how many nodes are there in the last level? So is my voice is audible? Just type yes or no, we'll see. Is my voice is audible? Okay, then I can proceed. But if you see here, last level, you have something called as two different types of nodes that are called as leaves. This is a leaf and this is a leaf. But the interesting fact that you need to understand here is when you have a leaf called as negation of B, and when you have a node leaf called as negation of A, then you need to think in any part of the path, do you find the opposite side of B? Like, do you find B or not? Negation of B is here and B is here. The meaning is the path itself is closed here. So negation of A is here and A is also in some path. In some path A B negation of A is coming. So in that path you have A and negation of B. So this path is also closed path. So closed, the meaning is in any of the path, if you have the contradictory, something like if you have B, if you have negation of B, then the path itself is closed. If you have negation of A, if you have A in some path, obviously that is closed. When two closed are there, or all the paths are leading to a closed, then the output is unsatisfiable. That's what it is. See here. When all the paths are leading to closed, then the outcome is unsatisfiable. When all the leaves two leaves are there, all the leaves are closed, then the meaning is you will get an output called as unsatisfiable. If at least one node is open, then the output is satisfiable. So this is a very simple concept, you can understand very easily. Once we solve the problem, we'll solve the other problem, then we'll just understand this in better. See, this is the expression that was given. So this is the expression that was given. Just I try to paste this expression here. And again, this expression consists of two outputs. This is a first argument, this is second argument, which was combined with AND. Whenever AND is there, the representation is like this. whenever and is there, the representation is you have to represent the expression A here, then represent B here in a sequence, then we'll follow the same sequence. So I take the first expression here, the same way last problem we have done. I will take this first expression here and keep this here, because this has to be one by one. This is what the representation is. So bigger expression was taken and I have represented them. This is a tree and this is the representation of the tree. So a bigger expression was the problem is solved. And you take the smaller expression B implies C. B implies C is nothing but negation of B or C. So then you have something called as this B negation of B and C, because negation of R C will come. B implies C, negation of B R C. So obviously you have to draw the tree only like this. It's very simple class. You will understand very easily these concepts. And the next expression is A R negation of C. You can keep this side or that side, but you need to represent A R V here. A R C, A is there and negation of C is there. So again we need to draw this tree again here. And based on the tree we are going to just conclude whether it is satisfiable or unsatisfiable. So this is the tree that was constructed, and just I will try to copy this tree and paste in your PowerPoint so that it can be more easily explained. So again the same philosophy, like this is the first expression and this is the second expression which was joined with and. So and means you have to take the first expression like this, then you have to take the second expression like this I have taken, and then in this tree this is the next expression that has to be solved. B implies C means the negation of B R C. So whenever R is there, you have to represent this negation of B R C. So this is what we have done. Then the next expression has to be taken is A R negation of C. A was taken and negation of C was represented like this. So the tree construction is complete. Now we just will see. Again the same story. How many leaves are there?
3.
3 leaves are there. What you said is right. So negation of B is here. Do you find B in somewhere in the path? There is no B here. Is it right? Negation of B is there. B was not there. So obviously this path is open or closed?
Open.
Open. What you said exactly is right. So A is here. Negation of A is not there somewhere. So obviously this path is also open. Negation of C is there. C is there. So obviously this path is closed. So the rule is very simple. See here, if at least one open path is there, then we say that it is satisfiable. At least one open path at least is there, it is satisfiable. So we will say that the expression is consistent. So this is satisfiable example. It's very simple. So it's very simple. Like when you wish to construct a semantic tableau, I am using only 2 formulas. Many big formulas are there because everything can be constructed in the form of and R. So I have used this only 2 systems. And every time we construct a tree, we talk about the leaves and we'll try to have this open path or closed path. If all leaves are closed, obviously I say it is unsatisfiable. If at least one leaf is open, then I say this is mutative. So I have some other example that can be taken, so then we just conclude. This is a small example that was given in your external exam, very simple, and it will not consume more time. So a very simple expression, but two expressions are given and combined with R. Whenever R is there, I have to use this part. Whenever R is there, I have to use this rule. Whenever R is there, either A or B, so I have to use the same nomenclature here. This is the first operator, so I have to take this here, either this or this. If it is a class, it will consume 10 minutes, not more than that, because it is online class. We are just trying to do something in the Paint and just try to explain. A or B. So then the next expression is A and B. So A and B, the representation is something like this. A and B, A then B. So obviously I will follow the same nomenclature that was given in the textbook. So I have to use A here. I have to use a B here. So again, since it is a tree, you need to have some connections like this. It is 9:37. Okay. Uh, So this part is complete. This is A implies C, so negation of A R C. So obviously I have to represent, because it is R, it will come like this. Negation of A R C. So obviously either this or that. The representation is very simple. Again I will use the same formula. Very simple example where it will not consume more time to solve this problem also. Again the same thing that I have done. So this is the first expression and this is the second expression. So I have represented the first here and second here. After that the next expression is A and B or whatever it may be. So A and B represented like this. Negation of A or C is represented like this. So but we have three leaves to be considered. So you have something called as B as a leaf, negation of A as a leaf, or C as a leaf. So you need to just tell me whether this path is closed or open. B is here. You need to find negation of B in the path. So there is no negation of B in the path. So obviously this path is open. So in some path, like you have a path, you have something called as a negation of A here. From this tree I can travel to this part, again I can travel to this part. So obviously negation of A is there and A is there, this path is closed. And C is there and negation of C is not there, so obviously this path is open. So at least one path or one leaf is having a open path, then it is satisfiable. the output is satisfiable. So obviously it's very simple. This is what it is. Semantic tableau try to construct a tree based on certain rules. Many rules are there. I have used only 2 rules because all this implies and bijection, all these can be represented in the forms of ands and ors. So obviously I have used this formula. So every time you need to just try to find out the leaves. Whenever you have 2 leaves here, you need to find whether you have a negation of b, you have a b here. So this path is termed as a closed. Negation of a is here, a is there, so this path is termed as closed. This the entire outcome is unsatisfiable, or in some textbooks it is inconsistent. In somewhere here, if I have something called as a, negation of a is not there, so then it is satisfiable. If more than one open path is there, we can also say consistent also. In some textbooks they say consistent. So the interest of this class is very simple. How do you introduce the semantic tableau, and how do you have only 2 outputs? It is not an inference mechanism. It is a supplement to the inference mechanism. It is an added feature where use this expression. If I use this expression, is there an output? When it is satisfiable, then it will represent. So semantic tableau is not an inference mechanism. It is a supplement to this inference mechanism where it will take an expression, it represents the expression in the form of trees and try to give whether it is satisfiable or unsatisfiable. This is what the entire class is. And if you wish to practice, all these 2 are taken from your external exams. You can take this and practice and have a better understanding of what was done in the class. So I will just try to download the attendance. So thank you very much. If you have any doubts, please unmute yourself or just try to take a break and join in the next class.